claiming that it could take several guys at once because he had done it in the ring and he could do it in the streets.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Today we're jumping back into r/NeckbeardStories. Oh, hooray. It's actually posted in my personal subreddit, r/ReddXReads, and it comes from the same OP as yesterday's story, which is a little bit weird, but I figured we'd go ahead, we'll catch up with roaming rivers. Yesterday we had a legbeard story. Today we have a legitimate neckbeard story. This is Obliviousbeard. The thumbnail is absolutely horrifying, and I love it. Big shout-outs to Darkly Studio, as always, for getting that thumb art to me so quickly, so beautifully. We've also got the GoFundMe for Ramtide, still down in the description. Please don't feel pressured. Only donate if you're able to. I just want to let you guys know that it exists. So, with all that said, I suppose we'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this neckbeard stories, a cringe. Obliviousbeard. Some people can't take no for an answer, especially if they're neckbeard. That goes like double, triple for neckbeards, okay? They just don't know when to quit. Hello, ReddX. Hi, user roaming rivers. Welcome back. 2 days in a row. Good Lord. I think this is the first time we've ever done that. Today, I will be bringing you and my fellow subscribers a short, one-shot tale of a light beard that I hung out with in my hometown. Like light beard, like he's not very heavy on the neckbeard tendency, or light beard, like he's on the light side. He's like a Jedi neckbeard. All neckbeards gravitate towards the dark side, of course. It's just the nature of the beast, but this one might break the mold. I guess we'll have to see. It was just a year shy of moving back home from the infamous sober house. I had also ended up in another mental health facility shortly after coming back home, so again, I was pretty frail mentally in those months after regaining my freedom. But not frail enough to get scammed by some scam artists like in the last video, right? So I'm proud of you. You're doing the thing. And you're here. Seems like your life got all back on track and stuff. Proud of you, Roman Rivers. I appreciate you. Now, when I say light beard, I say this guy was more of a delusional nice guy than an outright neckbeard. I mean, you could call it a nice guy story. We do those sometimes too. I met him during some mental health support group as I was trying to build a new friend group. Most of my peers at the time were still drinking and or doing drugs, so I was trying to keep out of those circles. Yes, stay away from temptation. At least until you're 30 or 40 or so, and then everybody stops drinking and doing drugs because it hurts too bad in the morning. I definitely don't have problems with my peer group anymore. Everybody just laid back as hell. This is not so much a horror story, more so my attempts to try and be a supportive friend, or more so, a voice of reason, during the few times that we hung out together before he became outright mentally draining. Oh yeah, we got emotion vampires in this story. That's wonderful. They're gonna load all their problems onto you until your back absolutely snaps in two. I mean, I do appreciate people who try and be good friends, put people back on the right path, but unless they want the help, unless they're actively looking to change, it's generally a waste of time in my experience. I offer what I can offer through Reddit videos, and that is about as much as I can do, honestly, because I am often mentally drained. Today is one of those days. Anyways, I'll say that for this tale, there are things that I could have done better. I still kick myself at times for not calling the police. Oh, Jesus. Or being more stern, or even reaching out to someone else in a position of authority to help with this volatile situation. I also feel that I may be punching down with this one, as this guy clearly did have severe mental health issues at the time of this tale. God, that is a rough one. I mean, certain mental health things can't be helped. Other mental health things are no excuse to turn yourself into an asshole. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll have to judge it on a case-to-case basis. Trigger warnings, death threats, stalking, mental health issues, beard-like behavior, nice guy traits, maybe even a dash of incel, and just a sprinkle of homophobia. What a magical recipe for cringe. This is gonna get ridiculous really fast, I'm pretty sure. Also, this tale will be taking a break from the numbers formatting, maybe because these events were relatively short in their timeline. As well as that, I'm gonna give a more free-flowing format a try with this one. I mean, I do like the numbers formatting. It gives me spaces to like slot in and give my thoughts and stuff, but I guess I give my thoughts even in a free-flowing format, so I'm not too worried about it. You do you. It's your story. You tell it how you need to. And now, with the cast. So we got our OP, roaming rivers, of course, trying to build a life for himself since leaving sober house. Early 20s at the time, living at home while trying to find a job. Trying to build a new life that does not revolve around alcohol and drugs. Basically, starting from scratch. A slight case of being institutionalized and on a whole number of medications. But you're gonna get it figured out. I believe in you. We all do. Mom is OP's mom. Irish woman with an iron will. Would probably commit murder for the sake of protecting her family and then do her time sleeping. Tried to help me find my way in the world as I built a new life for myself. God bless moms, man. They're the ones who really never give up. They will believe in you all the way. Miss J is OB's mother, that's Obliviousbeard's mother, a very kind woman who honestly seems like she was doing her best to help Obliviousbeard out. Again, props to the moms. Kate, not her real name, was the unfortunate target of Obliviousbeard's one-sided affections. Oh, Kate, be careful out there. And now the star of our show, Obliviousbeard, OB for short. Aspiring MMA fighter, he definitely had the skill, judging by the videos he showed me of his sparring matches. He didn't smell bad, was well groomed, and took his health seriously. Big time GTA gamer, as well as can't seem to take a hint when it comes to rejection from women. Like OP, he also struggled with mental health issues, albeit he didn't have a history of substance abuse and criminal activity, as OP did. He was about 20 at the time. That was 3 years younger than OP. MMA fighter? Is anybody else getting like some snowman vibes from this dude? All of a sudden. Except Snowman seemed pretty content to just pick up and carry on, you know, let him do him. Obliviousbeard, on the other hand, seems to be convinced that he needs another person in order to complete himself, which isn't how it works at all. Work on yourself, and then you get in a relationship. You ain't no good for a relationship right now, but of course, he's oblivious to that fact. Oh, now the name makes sense. Anyways, on to our tale. As stated earlier, I first met Obliviousbeard at a mental health support group that my mom had taken me to in order to help me make some healthy friends. I don't know if that's the best place to go for healthy friends, but maybe it's not the worst idea in the world. I mean, they are trying to get more mentally healthy. It's a tough call to make for sure. I'll rely on mom's judgment here. Good, I'm glad for you. Honestly, while the group seemed to bring me down mentally, I did make a few, albeit short-term, connections at the group, one of which was Obliviousbeard. Obliviousbeard told me that he felt the same way, that we both felt brought down in that group, be it from people just not wanting to get sober, or folks whose mental health issues made them unable to function in society. I don't say this to be judgmental of the struggles of others, merely expressing how I felt back then. I mean, if the support group's not working, then the support group's not working, you know? It's not tailored to each individual's need. They have a program and they try to shove everybody into this same box, and it can't possibly work for everyone, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I suppose, two little beardy peas in a great big beardy pod. So instead, me and Obliviousbeard started hanging out, going for pizza, walking around and otherwise chilling out in town, as our mothers would have a few glasses of wine and chat back at home. Our mothers were friendly with each other, and my mom often expressed how she liked having Miss J as a friend. Well, that's nice at the very least, you know. At least the mom gets a friendship out of it. Moms need friendship more than, like, younger people. It's easy for younger people to go out and be like, hey, you want to kick it? Older people is like, nah. You approach somebody to hang out and it turns out weird every single time. I'm trying to find some new friends for wifey. She only got one or two at the moment because most of them just users, man. They're like, hey, can you give me a loan that'll never be paid back? And she used to do it before she met me. And I'm like, no, don't be a fucking pushover. You need the money for something important? I'll give you the money. I really don't care that much about funds, but if you're just gonna go drink it, like, no. Why would I let you do that? Either to me or myself. That doesn't make much sense. But yeah, I guess that's a tangent. Looking back on it, I should have seen the few red flags with Obliviousbeard. He would refer to himself as an alpha male.
I was a regular alpha male.
Yeah, totally. Due to his MMA training, and would try to lecture me about my Facebook account, feeling the need to say out of the blue, we can be friends on Facebook, just don't post any gay stuff on there. As if he was some sort of all-knowing authority. All-knowing authority on gay stuff? Is that what makes an alpha male, huh? God damn. Trying to front on Facebook. You ain't fooling nobody but your grandma, Obliviousbeard. Nobody's on Facebook. Though all of this paled in comparison to the topic of his one-sided relationship with his first and only true love. Oh, God. Did she love you back is the first question out of my mouth. Unrequited affection? That's not alpha male stuff, that's pathetic. We can go point counterpoint all day on this one. You are not an alpha male. Here is why. 1, alpha males don't exist. That's really all I need. One of the things that was frequently brought up was the topic of relationships. For myself, I was struggling at the time of understanding the concept of dating without mind-altering substances. Interesting. I've always dated without mind-altering substances. I mean, sometimes we smoke a blunt or something like that, but I think sober dating is the best way to start. Then you actually get to know the person and not like the drunk or high version of that person. Anyways, coupled with trying to understand my sexual orientation, now that I had a sober mind for the first time in years, I had not yet come to terms with the fact that I was bisexual. It was probably also a lot less acceptable back then, you know what I mean? It's only been within the past like 5 to 10 years that has come out as a thing that like, oh, you can be this and it's fine. Roaming Rivers and I grew up around the same time period, and yeah, everything used to be gay as a pejorative. Now we call things gay as like a statement of fact. And that's all right. As long as everybody's happy with themselves, I'm good with it. When it came to how I spoke about relationships with Obliviousbeard, I merely said that I was taking time to work on myself as I continued to build a life for myself, taking an extended break from the dating scene. See, that's the healthy way to do it. Get your feet back on the ground, make sure everything's copacetic, and then you can consider, you know, pulling somebody else in on this. You don't want to pull somebody else into a giant mess. That's not nice. Obliviousbeard, on the other hand, had a much bigger issue. Just one? I think it's more than just one, but we'll focus on the one for now. You see, Oblivioussbeard had an old flame that he just could not let go of. A girl that he went to high school with named Kate. The two had a short fling back when they were juniors and had slept together just before the end of that school year, after which she had transferred to a different district. Probably because she slept with him. She's like, I'm never gonna live this one down. I gotta go. No. I'm just playing. Come on. Since then, Kate had become Oblivioussbeard's true love. His one and only. I think Kate's probably moved on, bro. You need to do the same. According to the many conversations that we had about her, this guy could just not let her go. Looking back on it now, the words that I use would be unhealthy obsession to describe how he talked about this woman on a near constant basis. And even that was only scratching the surface. I don't know, obsession is nice, obsession can be sexy. I'm pretty obsessed with my wife, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, it has to be returned back the other way, or else it's just weird and creepy, and please stop. But he's not going to stop, is he? He would go on for hours about how she didn't know that they belonged together, as well as how she's hanging out with scumbags who abuse her. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that. Just get into a relationship with me and find out. Bro, you are completely unhinged. She can smell it. I can smell it. I don't think anybody wants any part of this. Me, personally, I didn't know these scumbags that he spoke of, only that they liked to smoke and sold weed. Obliviousbeard had a habit of calling these people up at random, leaving threatening voicemails. God, that's hilarious. He would often just call these people up, often when the two of us were hanging out, and would just flat out threaten these people over the phone, leaving long-winded voicemails. These threats often included bringing up his MMA skills, claiming that he could take several guys at once because he had done it in the ring and he could do it in the streets.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Yeah, all right. He's like, don't post gay stuff on my Facebook timeline. And then you're going around saying some stuff that could easily be construed. I could take several guys at once. Those dealers are probably laughing their ass off. They're like, hey, Kate, your psycho boyfriend's calling again. See, if he was really a tough guy, you show up to their house and then catch 2 in the chest and 1 in the head. You can't fist fight a gun. You ain't the snowman, I'll tell you that much. I would like to see him try, though. Oh, when it came to text messages, he would show me the conversations that he would have with Kate. In these texts, she would very clearly tell him to stop threatening her friends, that she did not have feelings for him, that their relationship was ancient history. She had even sent a video of herself screaming bloody murder to stay out of my life before she called the cops. Yeah, maybe Kate's a little bit unhinged too. Just get a restraining order, block button. Don't sacrifice your dignity over this. Texting a nice guy back, not very effective at all. The best thing to do, block him, whatever. He might get a new phone, block that one. It's a lot easier to block a number than it is for him to get a new number, right? And if it continues to escalate, then yeah, do call the cops. Get a paper trail started. Why not? Don't just use it as a threat. Do it. Do it.
Just do it!
She had blocked him numerous times. Oh, well, be it on cell numbers as well as on social media, and he just would not leave her alone. Somehow he had convinced himself that she was not in her right mind. Yeah, one of you definitely isn't. He would either get new cell phones for himself, or make new Facebook accounts, or would get her number off of other people. This even escalated into her threatening to have him jump by her friends and or ran over with a car. Yeah, maybe she's not in her right mind, but I think Obliviousbeard is more not in his right mind. Again, a tough call to make. This is a complicated situation. Somehow, in Obliviousbeard's screwed up little mind, he chalked all this up to her having Stockholm Syndrome. He would come up with plans to rescue her and help her see the truth. Oh, God. That is some of the creepiest shit you could say. Look, I'm just gonna handcuff her to this radiator until she sees the truth. You're the one that's gonna end up giving her Stockholm Syndrome. It seems to me like she's out there living her life the way she wants to live it, so just get over it. Is it really that hard? Apparently for him, it is. He probably hasn't dicked his wick since Kate. But I don't know, man, go smash a few other chicks out. It'll help you forget. Probably he couldn't fool anybody else into hopping into bed with him. They smell the crazy on him. Looking back on it, I should have called the police, or at the very least, slipped his mother a note about her son's clearly deranged behavior. This guy was not living in reality, and was either gonna hurt someone or get himself hurt. Yeah, this is a wild ride, man. I don't want to thrash him too hard because, you know, he could have like some sort of disorder that he's not medicated for that causes him to do these things. But to me, it does seem like he's just being kind of an asshole, endlessly harassing this chick for little to no reason. And I would highly encourage her to get some paperwork started. I guess she doesn't want to because she's hanging around weed dealers, right? But you don't have to like bring the cops to the house. Go down to the station or something like that, right? There are ways. Come on. To both of you, I say, come on. I chose the diplomatic approach. I tried convincing Obliviousbeard to try and date other women. Or at the very least, just get a Tinder account. He chalked this up to being told to treat women like objects, and that he couldn't cheat on Kate. She was waiting for him. Now we both know that that's not true, okay? She's out there with all her new friends, all right? Kate doesn't even think about you. The only reason that you're still on her mind at all is because you keep harassing her. But yes, I think all of this adds up to he's having some mental health struggles, okay? We've said things about Beards having delusions of grandeur, but how about like just delusions? Because that's clearly what's happening to this dude. Delusional as hell. He has convinced himself that this is reality. He needs to talk to a therapist or something. You're not going to be able to talk him down, OP. But still OP tried, and Obliviousbeard would get very angry at these suggestions. I diffused the situation, gently explaining how first love doesn't always work out. Rarely, if ever. Just the first one that you pick and you're like, all right, that's the one. Nah, man. Had I done that, oh God, I can't imagine what my life would be like. I think that's the case for a lot of people out there. There are a few people in the comments that are like, I married my high school sweetheart. It turned out great. Well, good for you. For the vast majority, I would say it does not happen that way. I myself had a few exes that I regret not staying with. You do? Really? I don't agree with that part. I don't. I'm glad all my exes are exes. Be it me screwing up relationships with my lack of common sense that came with my drinking, or the two of us simply choosing different paths, or unresolved relationship issues. I have several old flames that I regret things not working out with. Huh. Well, different strokes to move the world, I guess. Most of my relationships are super long-term. We spend a few years together and then part amicably. It's like, okay, I'm tired of you, you're tired of me, let's both get out of here. That sort of thing. However, I do realize that things are not always meant to be. And looking back on it, I don't hold any resentments towards any of my exes. As the old saying goes, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Yes, exactly. Get yourself a new net or something, Obliviousbeard. This concept seemed to go completely over Obliviousbeard's head, and he still kept his sights set on Kate. He insisted that she was his one and only. This is terrifying. Run, bitch, run! There was even one night where he called me up at 3 a.m. saying that he needed backup because he was going to try and rescue his love in the middle of the night. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kidnapping. No, do not do it, either of you. You read that correctly. He wanted to rescue her from her parents' suburban home, armed with a baseball bat and duct tape. Jesus Christ, dude. That is like so beyond concerning. Did you see the baseball bat? Did you see the duct tape? I mean, I'm glad OP didn't agree, but yeah, why wouldn't you call the cops at this point? And OP says as much. Why I did not call the police, I still kick myself to this day at times. I honestly wonder why nobody called the police on this guy. I'm wondering the same thing. I don't understand. Yes, a lot of times cops are useless, you know. Your house gets robbed, they come take a report. But they are good for getting paper trails started, all right? You get kidnapped and murdered, they look at the paper trail, they know exactly which direction to start in. You know what I'm saying? This is just madness. He can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. Thankfully, he had not yet set out to do this rescue mission when he called me. I sternly told him to go to bed and that he'd only get himself arrested. He did not let up. Kept on ranting about the rescue mission. Oh, God. Do her parents have a gun? I'd probably buy them a gun for Christmas. Be like, look, keep your daughter safe. I'll buy her a gun too. Whatever. Defend your house, your property, yourself with the only thing that's really capable, a beautiful, shiny Mossberg shotgun. You're welcome. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I gave it to him loaded. You don't give a boy toys without the batteries, right? I did manage to play with Obliviousbeard's mind a little bit and convinced him that her captors wanted him to do this, that she was the bait so that they could destroy him. This managed to calm him down, and he resolved that he needed to think things over before doing anything. Yeah, I guess the only way to really get him to stop is to buy into his delusion, talk his language, but still really concerning. I need to get the police involved. Again, looking back on this, I still probably should have called the police, though I'm glad that I managed to talk him out of doing something that would have been highly illegal, as well as could possibly get someone killed. This is just insanity, dude. Not gonna lie, that pesky no snitching rule was still an active part of my thought process in those days. I didn't trust law enforcement, and certainly did not want to be labeled a snitch. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'll snitch on everybody. I don't give a shit. Keeping myself, my family, my stuff safe, yeah, we snitching. You know who not snitching benefits? Criminals. And I ain't out here trying to help them out, all right? They're already helping themselves. After all this, Obliviousbeard never brought up that highly illegal plan ever again, and I'm glad that he probably forgot about it. In the end, the two of us drifted apart over the next few weeks. A combination of work schedules, I had just gotten the job at the movie theater, our different places in life, and the fact that we lived 2 hours away from each other. As far as I know, he did not try to rescue his love from her parents' house, abandoning the idea. Or so I hope. Did you hear from Kate again, though? I just want to be completely sure that you heard from Kate again. I'd be grateful as hell that I drifted apart from this dude. Yeah, 2-hour drive to go hang out with a psycho. Miss me with that. At the end of the day, he is a beard that I would call criminally insane, with the opinion of him needing a really good ass kicking to learn some common sense. I haven't seen this guy in over 5 years and have no idea where he is now. I do hope that his parents caught wind of his obsession with Kate and took steps to put an end to it once and for all, by any means necessary. Be that more therapy or a padded cell at the nearest laughing academy. Was he already in therapy as this was ongoing? Did he talk to his therapist about these things? Oh man, this is heavy, dude. This is freaking wild. Oh well, I'll leave it up to you, members of the ReddX community. What do you all think of this Obliviousbeard? Feel free to comment below. With that, as always, a peace. I always do love a good roaming river story, you know? It tends to be a really mixed bag. Some of the stuff, I feel bad for the beard. Other stuff, I really want to see the beard get his just desserts. As far as this beard goes, I would definitely like to see him get some just desserts. Show up at Kate's house, maybe take on multiple guys at a time. And maybe you'll feel a bit more like taking multiple guys on at a time when you see that she is taking on multiple guys at a time. I don't mean to come after Kate. The joke was just too good to resist, all right? No slut shaming around here. I'm glad Kate's getting it in. Obliviousbeard, you probably need to get it in somewhere as well, my dude. This is definitely not the look to have. I guess it had only been, 2 or 3 years since they had a breakup. Hopefully this guy has moved on after, plus 5 years? Almost a decade? But I can't really say for sure because he seems super unbalanced. I wish that we got an actual epilogue, a little ending we could put this whole thing to bed, but as it stands, Obliviousbeard probably is out there somewhere. I can only hope that he's a bit more therapized and medicated since the happenings in this story because, yeah, that is terrifying. Go rescue her. Go break into her parents' house with baseball bat and duct tape. Oh my God. That is some of the wildest shit that we have seen. He didn't do it, thankfully, but even having that as a plan in your head, what the hell, man? Whew. Well, I hope you guys will let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe share the video around. I'd appreciate that a whole heck of a lot. We've also got links down in the description. Plugs, playlists, podcasts. Woo! My social medias, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Oh, and I'm over on Twitch now doing the thing. Trying to do it every day. Usually about every other day. Of course, we've also got my Patreon and my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons, whom I would like to thank very much. So thank you. Classy Trash Panda, Robert Alowitz, Camille Sarah, Chancellor Blue Kraken, welcome to the fold, my friend. Malama Man. I like it. Roxanne Wolfsip Jerry, Conrad Ingy, Wire Jerry. Hey, ReddX, sir, I still haven't heard from Landlord Jerry. If you see him, let me know I made a meal of his goons. Oh, delicious goons. Captain Cloud Jerry, Destiny Piper, Aaron Jerry, Twisted Child, Broken Logic, Esteban, Farad Langside. Irary feels unwanted, but keeps fighting anyways. You keep doing the thing. Silent Revolver, PCP, Jerry, the original Jerry. I'm pretty sure that's Jerry. Tick Jerry, Jerry Kitsune, Satori, 211 Jerry, the 2 Jerrys. A Jerry ready for springtime. Me too. A Jerry of Jubilee Jiggly Jerry's. A Jesse Jargonian Jerry. I mostly got it. Aspen XL. Assassin Pug Jerry. Bang Bang. Aurora Wildheart. The Moon Baron. Grizzly. Baby Jerry. Bailey Joy. Bearded Jerry. Bitch Gremlin. Blade Hero. Blip Blue Jerry. Catholic Jerry. Commander JT. Confederate Jew. Going to the Ukraine. Good luck. Dennis Dayton. Disposable Waifu. Dr. Wax. Emergent Jewel. Esports 50. Frozen Over Studios. Fire Drink. Gypsy. Hadrian BR. I'm Slim Jerry. Yes, I'm the real Jerry. I know the Slim Jerry's are just imitating. Irish Pirates. Irradiated Jam. Itchy Nuts. Just scratch it, bro. A pimp named J. Crisp. J. M. Goon Jerry Blacktail. Jerry Nice. Jerry Evil. Jerry Now. Mother Drunker. John Hero. John Jerry. Jingleheimer Schmidt. KJW. Kajow. Crewhee. Landlord Jerry. Legitimate Earth. Miss Monday. Lord Jerry. Like, and subscribe. But Lady Dix. Still a Jerry. Just a boring one. Model Jerry has a job for wary. Please help, their taxes been audited 10 years in a row. They can't keep doing this. They can't keep getting away with this. Matched with a guy on Tinder. His name was Jerry, and he showed me a sword. I think I'm in love. Valgar the Destroyer. Mental Effect. I'm here because my cringe senses are tingling. Yeah, every day around 1 p.m. Pacific. Needless King 89. Nightmare Jerry. Origami Steve. Paragon Soul. Phantom of the Pines. Jerrykins and Jerrybev. Queens, Quaaludes, and Quagmires. Giggity. Ramtag Lacrymate. Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Saucy Octopus, Scarlet's Coven, Sergeant Gay Cop, Bringer of the Law, Silo Imp, 70 Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tomato, Tapioca Baloo, Taylor Fair, Ten Monster, the Italian Greyhound Dino, the Littlest Who, the One True Fuzzy, Flyway Patrol, trying to find another mob to get back to the real world. You probably don't want to blow into that balloon now. This balloon smells funny. Unbusy Bee, B3 Prime, Vanguard Angel, Viking Jerry, Wiki Tech, Wilmag, Zephyr the Gargoyle, Orc Clay, Comrade Mooney, Kira, not another Jerry, but he is though. Redwood, not the Viper, Saint Blessing, Third Step, Venom Jerry, One Leg Jerry's beating Neckbeards with a fake leg. I mean, if it works, a normal Jerry, to cringe or not to cringe. What do you mean that was not the question? No, it's definitely to cringe every time. Hunter Jerry's devour all things tasty, it's Tom, because Tom and Jerry never get along. Admiral T-Tank, Emmer, Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Breaker of the Tom Army, Baptist Goon, Bartender Kelia, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, That's Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Lock, Corporal Admiral Princess Furry Warrior Wood Jerry, Crypt Titties, D Crazy, aka SDI Jerry, Devon Jerry, creator of Colorful Click Clacks, Dopamine Dangerous, Dwarfy Dude, Electrical Fennec, Dose of Alpha, Heeknot, Holy Berry Jerry, Janitor Jerry, Technically didn't work out too good, heading to Russia for that Putin bounty. Jeffrey, Geralta of Arabia, Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's, Weird Apocalypse, Jerry the Sussy Baka, Jerry's mom, it's got it going on. Check out the mustache on Jerry Aldo Rivera, Jerry Roxers, Jerry Roleplay Game, Judge Jerry and Executioner, Keaton Tails, Kid Marvelous, Defender of the Innocent, Enemy to the Bearded. That's the way we should all aim to be. King Tom, Kitzikin, Life of Guardian, Little Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, Mama Machia, Seedy. Maybe next time, Milkfed Gip, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible Angel, Patreon has more than one royal Jerry. You sure about that? Raptor Art, Cheese, my Jerry Pie, Snary, that's Snom Jerry, Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy, Scary, Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the original Jerry, not to Infinite Jerry and beyond. Definitely. Tuna Fish Jerry Otacod, Unkale, Underwater Movies, formerly the X-Card. Unfortunate Jerry screaming at Nookie's latest magical girl transformation. Make it stop! Whoa, who's this soul-patched imposter? We all know the real ReddX has gray skin and no eyes. I've never been called a soul-patched imposter in my life. But yeah, you're accurate. Under the soul patch, there is a cartoon man, but you can't see him. Tom Prowse, Jason Wayne, hello, bad Jerry, Tom, Beagle Boy, Swift. Just fast, size. Go ahead, look it up. I mean, another ReddX video. And thank you to my $1 patrons, of course, as well. Blessed are the Jerrys and not Jerrys alike. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel in the way that you do. If you would like to become one of the patrons, I hope you'll sign up on Patreon. But if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. Good idea. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one. And until then, my friends, bye-bye.